Over the last few days on this channel, I have been showing up and talking about tenacity, hard work, clarity, influence, many different topics in the last few days. I'm going to drop those links here. They might be helpful to you. Go check them out on the timeline as we progress on this video. I'll be dropping them along the way. Today, I want to take a few moments and talk about a skill that I think I could easily categorize the skill as a silent skill. This is a skill that nobody talks about, nobody teaches. People, depending upon where you are in your life, in your career, and all, chances are you might have faced some hardships, and this is a skill that gets sharpened by hardship. And the skill that there are many skills, but the one that's very dominant in my mind is adaptability. I've gone on this channel and also at my seminars and workshops, and I spoke about this. I said the most flexible individual in any situation is the winner. It's not force, it's not power, it's not strength, it's not leverage, nothing. The most flexible individual is the winner. We are in those times now where if you do not practice flexibility, if you do not accept flexibility as one of your core values, then I think it's going to become harder. It's becoming very harder anyway. So there are a few things I want to drive on this point, and I want to open you up to possibilities. What happens when you take adaptability as a skill and practice on a daily basis? Okay, few thoughts. Let's get into them. Okay, whenever there is a collapse in your life, collapse creates clarity. If you stay longer, so you had some plans, you planned a few things, they didn't work out, and now you are left with whatever is there, and somehow you have to make a recovery, somehow you have to make things work. So the original plan did not work. Some challenges, some failures happened along the way, and now you have been removed of the illusion of something happening, and now you are being put in a position to deal with what actually matters. And that collapse is what is teaching you. That collapse is creating a clarity within you. So next time around, right, you now have developed, if you go through this process and come out on the other side, now you have been trained. You have trained unknowingly a part of your muscle called the improvisation muscle. So you now have the ability to solve problems without overthinking, which people do otherwise. They overthink the problem. I was just reading, I was watching a video, said, brain is an interesting video, talked about how, the mind, compensates itself with two variables. One, always thinking about the future, and the second being always thinking about the past. If the mind cannot think about the future or the past, then there is no reward. That's how the brain, that's the survival instinct. That's how we've been trained. If you are still in the moment and you stay longer still in the moment, that means you are ineffective, you are dead. So the mind constantly wants to wander and has to go into the future and either get perplexed or thinks about the past and gets into apathy. Okay. Adaptability also creates new brain rewiring, in the sense that when you are under stress, in a stressful situations, you shift. The mind shifts. When it shifts, new neural pathways are triggered, and because you are now put in a position to pivot, and you need quick pivots because things are not working. So now, if you are in that space for a long time and you've been constantly facing challenges, then you are constantly pivoting. Now you have new neural pathways that are getting fired. It's interesting. Adaptability also means that you can spot patterns. Something, some uncertainty is coming up, and you get the signal. You just can spot the signal fast. Then you can now, with that, you are because of your past learnings and all this experience you have, now you can quickly pick up and then say, okay, I will change before others do, or I'll change before this is going to hit me hard. Chaos don't go away, right? Whatever situation you are in, chaos stays. But then, because you are adaptable, you now have the ability to create the comfort rather getting paralyzed by the chaos, which, by the way, most people do. What otherwise is chaos for others is very normal to you as you're navigating this. Okay. This also leads to better decision making. Okay. You will start making decisions based on incomplete information, and despite of not knowing the terrain, you will still keep on moving forward. Emotionally also, there is higher degree of emotional agility as a result of being adaptable. So decision making and moving forward without knowing the terrain is one thing, but then again keeping the emotions under check when everything is stressful. Okay. When you have this level of emotional intelligence, when you have the ability to work without complete information, when you are able to recognize patterns, when you are able to improvise your muscle, when you are able to have clarity while you have collapsed, it's also fair to say that you will now have better creativity. So historically, we now know that constraints force people to imagine options. So that's why in the book Thoughts Are Things, Prentice Mulford talks about this concept. He says everything that you're seeing around you was a thought somebody imagined, and that's how it happened. Now, excluding the nature, there is somebody imagined the nature, maybe we don't know that, but anything physical that you are, for example, this video you are seeing, imagined by someone. This YouTube was imagined by someone. You're watching this on YouTube. When all these things are happening, your survival instincts do also go up, because you respond to threat in a better way. You are strategic in chaos, and all these elements give you advantage in business and life. Okay. One other, specifically from a career standpoint, you are adaptable. That means you can learn new techniques, learn new, change your careers and do things, and you stay relevant in the long term, and the long term growth is assured as compared to others who otherwise say, okay, this is it, this is who I am, this is what my role should be, or this is what my existence is, and then I'm done, right? There are other aspects. When we talk about silent skills as a category, there are other things there. Today I just happened to focus on adaptability, but over the next few days I want to kind of come here and speak a little bit more about other silent skills which otherwise nobody teaches you in school, and the only teacher is life. Okay, I want to stop here. Hopefully this is helpful. If it is, let me know. Drop me a comment if you like this video, then I can reach some more people. And if you do subscribe to the channel, then I'm in front of you every day at this point. Okay, that's all for now. Wherever you are, you be safe, and I'll be with you as early as tomorrow. Bye now.